This is an informational presentation regarding the proposed water rate adjustment for County Service Area 18 Fairway Estates. We will start with an overview on special districts, and then we will share more information about Community Service Area 18's water service, providing some background, the existing rate structure, expenses, the financial status of the utility, and proposed rate adjustments. We'll close out by looking at next steps for adoptions of new rates. Let's start with the big picture. What is a special district? Special districts are a form of local government that provide a specific service within a defined boundary. They are legally separate entities from the county. And because they're separate, special district funds are not commingled with the rest of the county's funds. All revenues generated from special districts must stay in the district from which they're collected. And these funds can't be spent for any other purpose than the provision of the specific service or services. Special districts must be generally self-supporting from revenues collected via customer charges. The county cannot subsidize the special district costs with general funds. Countywide, there are more than 100 special districts managed by the county's Public Works Division, and they provide water, sewer, storm drainage, and street lighting services. For water alone, the county serves more than 5,600 properties across 32 districts. Your Community Service Area 18, or CSA 18, was established in 1978, and it provides water services and street lighting for 46 properties. Your water system consists of 2 wells, approximately 1.4 miles of water main, and 4 fire hydrants. You also have 12 streetlights. Your system's operations and maintenance are funded with rates charged to the 46 properties. The rate structure for water services is an annual charge collected on the property tax bill, and it's based on a single-family equivalent, or SFE. An SFE is the level of benefit received by the average single-family home from the service being provided. Every single-family residential parcel is assigned 1 SFE. The current water service rate per SFE for CSA 18 is $828 per year, or $69 per month. Over the last 5 years, CSA 18 has had an average annual operating expense of approximately $48,000. The greatest cost driver? Labor, at approximately 72% of all costs. This is primarily for staff time to operate and maintain the system and to respond to service calls. It also includes a small amount for administrative costs to cover billing and financial analysis. 2 other major cost components are electricity, which cost $9,200 last year alone, and equipment costs, which represent another 23% of the district's expenses. It is important to note that the electricity costs are pass-through costs. They are not offset or subsidized by the county. This graphic shows CSA 18's revenues, expenses, and fund balances over the past 10 years. Revenues are the blue line, expenditures are in orange, and fund balance is in green. Fund balance is the reserve to cover planned and unplanned repairs and equipment replacement, also known as capital costs. Despite a rate adjustment in 2019-2020 to account for inflation, expenses during this time period increased at a rate higher than anticipated. Specifically, labor and electricity costs increased 18% and 45% respectively. The gap between revenues and expenditures was covered by fund balance, so you can see how that green line trends down. Additionally, in fiscal year 2023-2024, an unexpected repair to the water system cost approximately $43,000. Both the increased operating expenses and system repair have caused the fund balance to decrease below $30,000. This ongoing imbalance between revenues and expenditures is not sustainable. To adequately fund operations and maintenance and replenish the fund balance, the county is proposing a 5-year rate adjustment. The recommended rate schedule is structured to gradually increase service charges. The first year is meant to cover operating expenses only. In the second year, service charges shall cover operating expenses and start to phase in repair and replacement costs based on the district's capital assets. The phase-in of repair and replacement costs is structured over 10 years. This means at the end of this 5-year period, property owners will be asked to consider more rate adjustments to account for the remaining capital replacement contributions. The proposed adjustment increases the annual service charge per single-family equivalency in the first year from $828 to $1,085. This is an annual increase of $257, or about $21.42 per month. The proposed rate is estimated to cover operational expenses and includes about $3,100 for repair and replacement projects. It represents the largest jump in the 5-year period because there's currently a significant disparity between expenses and revenues, along with the dwindling fund balance. By the 5th year, the annual rate is $1,473 per SFE, and projected fund balance is anticipated to be about $49,000, assuming no unanticipated repairs. This slide is a comparison of water rates for nearby water service providers based on CSA's 18's average water usage. Your proposed service charge for fiscal year 25-26 is comparable to the city of Lodi, but significantly lower than the city of Stockton and Cal Water, among others. So what happens if rates are not adjusted? The county may need to consider service level reductions. This could include reducing after hours and weekend service calls, reducing regular maintenance of your system, and postponing equipment replacement. Any of these could lead to system failures and service disruptions, which of course we'd all like to avoid. And in the most critical scenario, the county board could impose a stage 3 water emergency and limit water usage to indoors only. So how are rates adopted? Under California Proposition 218, the county must send a notice to property owners no fewer than 45 days before a public hearing before the Board of Supervisors. Notices were mailed June 5th. The public hearing is scheduled for 9 a.m. July 29th. Any written protests must be received by Public Works before 5 p.m. on July 28th, so the day before the public hearing, or submitted in person at the public hearing. This is a protest process, so if 50% plus one of the 46 properties protest the rates cannot be approved. Barring a protest, the Board of Supervisors could adopt the rates following the public hearing on July 29th. In that case, rates would become effective in fiscal year 25-26 and would be reflected on your property tax bill this fall. For more information regarding your district, you can visit the district's website at sjgov.org/UD. You may also contact Robert Davalos by phone or email 209-468-3697 or rdavalos@sjgov.org. Thank you so much for your time.